Okay, so this video is the second video about the point group of. So remember that we are trying to study point group of SO3, and previously we first proved that there's five Platonic solid like this, and we list some of all the edges and then each side. So next I want to say that, so this is the elementary proof, but we haven't studied the symmetry, right? Okay, so okay, maybe we first do this. Okay, so I want to study the I should say this is called polyhedral point group, which is the to be more precise, we are studying a discrete finite group of SO3, and with the at least two different axes, not in the same plane. I think not in the same plane. Not okay. Okay, so I should say with at least two non-parallel axes. Parallel axis, because I mean definitely the SO2 is the subset of SO3, right? So indeed that the Cn and this Dn are like subgroup of SO3. Okay, so there's no Dn. So Cn is a subgroup of SO2. So SO3 will contains some subgroup like this. If I fix it, so this is the axis that everyone uses, and you can put a polygon here, and you just do a rotation. This is what we are not considered like this. We are considered as the polyhedral polygroup, which contains at least two different axes. Okay, so the first one, let's consider the symmetry of this tetrahedral. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the symmetry of this tetrahedral, the definition is that it's basically all the G belongs to SO3. So the rotation will permute, right? If you take SO3, will somehow like rotates this polyhedron. Let's say this is the origin, and after that it must still be a tetrahedron. So G will preserve the tetrahedron. Okay, so obviously that so now we can use a group action, right? So G will apply on the T. So okay, so we first see that if I fix this one, then I have three different kind of rotation, right? So by group actions theory, so let's say okay, so I get 2, 3, 4 because 2, 3 can permute, and 2, 4, 3, and identity, right? And I also get like I can also fix 2, and that 3 of them permutes. So the first observation is that G acts on T transitively. So which means that if I want to rotate 1 to 2, it's very simple, right? I can just fix 4 and then that 1 to 2. So I can permute these 4 in. I can permute. I can how should I say this? So T has a so if I just label 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if I start with 1 here, then I basically there always exists a rotation in this tetrahedral, such that I can permute these vertices transitively. So 1 can go to 3, 1 can go to 4, 1 can go to 2. Okay, so by this group action, then I have a formula that the number of group divided by the stabilizer of S will this is size is the same as the orbits. Not orbits. Yeah, it's an orbit, but it's a set of all S here, because now I only have one orbit. So this we have 4, and the G divided by stabilizer. So if I fix single orbits, I can see there are 3 elements here, right? So 3. So G is 12. Okay, so G is a group with 12 elements. Okay, then by the previous group theory, there are 5 of them. There are 5 group with 12 elements. But moreover, you notice that this G, right? This G contains 4 so-called CO3 group, CO3 subgroup. Okay, this is trivial because I fixed this by point, right? I get there is a subgroup with order 3, and I fix 3, there is another subgroup, so I get 4, right? And by previous calculation, if you get 4 CO3 subgroup, then as I proved before, that this G must isomorph to A4. This is a very simple proof. Actually, we can list all the elements. Okay, so we have identity and the 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3 plus its permutation. So you total have A of them. Okay, and now still remains like 2, 3 elements, right? Because now we have 9 elements. So this is simple. You get 1, 2, 3, 4. You can just here do the rotation along the this is the edges. So this is the axis which connects the corresponding edge, the middle point of these corresponding edges. So you just rotate 120 degrees. So this is 1, 4, 2, 3, and you can get this. So get 2, 3, 1, 2, and there are lots. There are finally, I think it's here, and you penetrate it. So it's 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 4, 1, 3. So there are 3 of them, and then its order is 2. So it's 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay, so this is the whole. This is exactly A4, right? You can see each element is basically the even permutation. Okay, so now let's consider the. By the way, so this is tetrahedron. Okay, yeah, so let's consider the cube. Okay, so if I use this as a okay, so that I can let group G acts on this. So I use this face. I use this face as my group, as my set S. So now I have a what? So I have a 6 face, right? A 6 face. And obviously that I can exchange any 2 face. If I want to make this face to be here, then I can just do a rotation here. Okay, so I can use a group action. I know that G is the number of S times the operations, right? If I want to fix this face, then I only get 4 rotations, right? 4 rotations times 4. So this is the stabilizer. This is the orbits. So I get 24. Okay, so this is one way to count. And actually, there are 3 ways to count this. So another way to count this is that you can also do this. You can also do this. So this is the points which connect to the corresponding points on basically the other side. So so you can get 4 of them, right? You get this, and probably here and here, right? So you have 4 for these kind of edges. And if you fix this, you get A. Yeah, there are 4, right? But if you draw points, let's say 1, 2, there are 8 vertices. Okay, so I can use rotation to permute these vertices. If I want to make one to be here, then I can just rotate. Okay. Okay. I cannot rotate here, but I wanted to make 2 to be here. I just rotate 120 degree from here, and this will rotate. Okay, so this is the order 3 rotation. So it's 8 times 3 is 24. Okay, and there are actually the final way to count this is using the edges. You can do this. You can count. Sorry, I guess this is incorrect. Yeah, you can do this and this. This is edges. So you have 12 edges. 12 edges. And I want to make these edges, and these edges you can do a rotation, right? So this is also acting transitively, but to make, if I want to make this guy to be fixed, I get order 2 rotations. I can only rotate 120 degrees, so it's 12 times 2, which is 24. Okay, and moreover that this group. So now I know that this group has order 24. But actually, if you see this middle picture, it permutes the middle. It can permute this middle 4 lines. Actually, these middle 4 lines you can permute to any orders. So simply speaking, this G is isomorphic to S4. S4. Okay, and there are the exercise to show that actually this is the same symmetry. From octahedral. And technically speaking, somehow hard to see, but if you have an octahedral, then you can put a square in it. You can put a cube in it. And actually, if I give you a cube, you can put the octahedral. You can put octahedral inside this cube. So indeed, there are actually correspondence. If you rotate from this cube, then actually you rotate the middle octahedral. So if you study octahedral, actually you get the same object. Okay, and the final one is this weird object. Hard to describe this dodecahedron and icosahedron. Okay, so okay, this is complicated. Maybe it's one simpler. Okay, so maybe let me just copy here. It's something which is hard to draw, right? But just say you just draw. There are 5 figures here, and then you can consider face, edges. Sorry, the vertices, edges, and face. And okay, so you have 30 edges, 12 faces, and 20. Okay, and okay, so simply speaking, I can use a face, right? So I can study the rotation of this face. So I have 12 faces. I can permute this face to be other faces. So G acts on this face transitively. So the number of G is 12 times 5, right? Because each one has a 5-fold rotation, so 60. So G is a order 60 subgroup, or G is order 60 group. And it actually it's very difficult to prove that. I mean, it's not highly non-trivial. Actually, G is a subgroup as 5, because you can actually put the 5, a small cube, inside this 5-dimensional object. So if you believe this is true, then since we know that A5 is simple, so if you prove that, if you know A5 is simple, then you immediately prove that A5 is the only subgroup which is order 60 of S5. So G must isomorphic to A5. So this is 4-fold rotation, this is 2-fold. You can actually also put the edges, and you can also put the So it's 3, right? Actually, you can put this on the vertices. Okay, so this is the results. So simply speaking, that if your G is a subgroup SO3 and G is a polyhedron, then you only have A5, A4, and S4. So this is a tetra. This is the cube and octahedron. These are two complicated objects, dodecahedron and icosahedron. Okay, and actually, I just sketched the proof. But in the next videos, that okay, so one might say, oh, okay, so there are like these three. We have these weird 5 regular solid, right? But maybe there are some other like weird objects. It's not regular solid, but generate some discrete subgroup of SO3. So next videos that I want to claim that this is not the case. So I want to use group action. I want to use group action to show these three are the only cases. Actually, yeah. So next video I will prove that these 3 are the only cases. There's no other like polyhedral subgroup of SO3 using a group action proof. Okay, so this proof is somehow like we construct a regular solid and try to study the symmetry of this object. But next we will try to rigorous using group action and prove there's no such object. Okay, so see you guys next video.